Oh my gosh. Hi, friends. Doc South here. Wow, what weird lighting. Good. I don't know. My beard looks like turquoise. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah. But no, it's not the 60s. I was from them, but I don't remember doing my beard light blue. The Oh yeah, I think I had a beard back then, pretty sure. If I didn't, I sure wanted one. Maybe I had a job where, oh, no, you don't. No beard, pal. Okay, well. But in any case, I got another episode of, gosh, what is the name of this? The Winter Concert. Yes, the Winter Concert. All about Sandy and I feeding the birds. Yeah, in the snow season. Okay. Well, here we go. This is part three. I think there's very possibly I know there's a part four. And whether there's a part five or not, honest to gosh, I don't know. All right, but we'll see what we can do for you. You ready? Okay, here we go. By the way, these are not meant to be visually perfect, because well, I like reading stories to people, telling stories. So pretend we're around I don't know a campfire fired by propane. Well, it gives a blue light, right? Okay, and we'll do it like that. You ready? Okay, the Winter Concert Part Three. By the way, Parts One and Two are just a little deeper into Facebook, or you can find them on my YouTube site, Doc South Show on YouTube. Okay, you all set? Here we go. The Winter Concert Part Three. Suddenly, Sandy hit it right on the bullseye. She smiled and hollered that we should go back to our original plan and break the matzahs into smaller pieces. We originally figured that the snow was too soft and crumbling the matzahs into tiny pieces would result in their falling below the surface of the snow. The birds simply wouldn't see their food, or, well, even if they could see it, they'd find it too hard to dig for each morsel. Sandy reasoned that the wet snow had a pretty good surface tension. Heck, the birds who weighed lots more than an entire matzah were standing on the top of the snow pretty as you please. Plus, birds love to scratch in the ground for their meal. If the matzah pieces fall below the surface, finding it would be maybe kind of fun for almost any bird, worth his or her salt. We had nothing to lose in trying except, well, another cracker or two. We gave ourselves the go-ahead for a trial run. Sandy got out my favorite and lucky soup bowl. No, I do. I have a soup bowl. I eat soup out of it for good luck, yes. And she broke a matzah or two into it until it was full. Then she went out on the deck, crumbled them up a bit more, of course, the matzahs, and the birds on the ground below and the others up on the tree limbs flew away wisely to a safe distance and watched carefully as Sandy heaved the entire contents of the bowl over the railing. This resulted in a large cloud of cracked crumbs bursting into the air and slowly descending onto the hardened snow below. With the crumbs, when the crumb dust settled, she turned and walked back into the kitchen. It was all we could do not to run to the window and survey the scene below, but we felt it best to back off and literally let the chips fall where they may. After 10 long minutes, well, we just couldn't take it anymore. We kept making excuses to look out the window that overlooked the crumb pile. We both came up with dumb excuses. I thought I heard a medevac chopper hovering overhead. They might need me to guide them to the clearing across the river, the landing zone. Sandy remembered that in the morning news, there was something about a daytime meteor shower that could be seen in the eastern sky just about now, oddly enough. And let's see, it wouldn't be happening again for 200 years. Our worst excuse, of course, was that the river sounded odd rather, and that maybe the Lake Apacan Dam had broken upstream. For our own personal safety, we had to keep an eye peeled upstream. Sooner or later, we just couldn't take it anymore, and in hand, we ran for the window to see if the birds were feasting yet. Darned if they weren't. No, darned if they weren't out there. That's darned if they weren't out there yet. But we did notice one hopeful sign. Hundreds of chickadees were all perched in the trees like teenagers at a rock concert, and our crumb pile was the main stage. We both spotted one lone bird in the safety of a bare-limbed sticker bush about 20 feet from the crumb site. He must have drawn the short straw. The little guy looked in all directions and then cautiously hopped out from under the sticker bush, under the sticker bush perimeter, to start his or her foray across no bird's land. All eyes were on this brave little bird who volunteered to trade perhaps his life for his fellow feathered family and friends. As quick as possible, and with lots of quick glances to the left, right, and even behind, the brave little bird found himself standing on Sandy's crumb pile. Sandy and I were cheering quietly so as to not scare him away. The massive flock of birds up in the trees were all flapping their wings and hopping from one leg to the other as the little guy started pecking away at the juiciest matzah chunks. With that, a giant tornado of chickadees formed in the sky above our tiny cottage along the river. Feathers flew in all directions as the vortex centered over the crumb pile and collapsed into a feathered feeding frenzy. Believe it or not, the matzah crumbs were not devoured in mere seconds. It turns out that the crumbs sunk ever so slightly just below the surface of the snow. The birds, to their delight, had to scratch and peck for their meal, just like they do in the summer. Sandy and I both agreed that our guests kind of liked it that way. It looked like they were dancing at a big festival. Sandy and I dubbed it Crumb Fest 2017. There you go. Okay, we got more. Yeah. But that's it for now. We'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and God bless. See you.